Today's practice will be a short, sweet, sweaty one full of strengthening poses. We'll go ahead and get started on our belly, our palms stacked, our forehead resting on top of our hand. We'll reach for our left ankle, taking a quadricep stretch. Gently release, bringing your left hand back underneath your head, your right hand reaching behind you, quadricep stretch. Using your breath in and out, and sending some oxygen to these muscles. Gently release, child's pose. If you have tight shoulders, you can open up your arms into a cactus here in child's. Just a different way to feel this pose. Take a breath in. On an exhale, sink yourself closer to the mat. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Deep rhythmic breaths moving through you, lifting you, flowing through your body just as you'll flow through these motions. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, and step or hop to the top of the mat. Lift and lengthen your spine halfway. Exhale, fold. Sweep your arms above you, extended mountain, hands through heart center, fold. Lift and lengthen halfway. Plant your hands, step your feet to the back of the mat, high plank. Move through a vinyasa, low plank, or all the way to your belly. Upward facing dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. 3 breaths. In and out. In and out. Filling you up as you take your breath in, letting it go as you breathe out. Lift your heels, bend your knees, step or hop forward. Halfway lift, lower. Extended mountain pose, hands through heart center, forward fold. Lift and lengthen your spine. Plant your hands, move through a vinyasa, high plank to low. Upward facing dog. Press yourself back, downward facing dog. Let your breath flow through you as these motions begin to heat up your body, these sun salutations. How can you control your breath? Keep yourself steady. Inhale, lift your heels. Bend your knees, step or hop forward. Lift and lengthen halfway, forward fold. Reach your arms above you, extended mountain. Hands through heart center, forward fold. Halfway lift. Plant your hands, step your feet back, flowing through. High to low. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breath in. Long breath out. And lift your heels. Bend your knees and step or hop to the top of the mat. Lift and lengthen your spine on an inhale. Exhale, fold you forward. Lift your hands high, extended mountain pose. Chair. Settling in, sinking your hips, bending your knees deeply. Your hands can come to your heart center. Breath in, breath out, twist you to the right. Chair pose. Twist to the left. Chair pose. Forward fold. Halfway lift, lengthening the crown of your head forward. Plant your hands, step your left foot back, warrior 1. Open up, warrior 2. And bring your hands behind the base of your neck, interlaced here. On a breath in, reach your left elbow back. Breath out, contract the right side of your body, right elbow to your right knee. Inhale, opens your right side. Exhale, contract. Getting into our obliques today. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, contract. Come back, warrior 2. Cartwheel both of your hands to frame your right foot. Side plank. Left arm stays rooted into the mat. Right side body lifts. Option to stay here or lift your right foot away from your left. Breath in. Breath out. High plank to low plank. Upward facing dog. downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Exhale out of your mouth, let that go. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Lift your heels, bend your knees, and step or hop forward. Lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Reach your hands above your head. Chair pose. Your hands come to your heart center. Your shoulders track down your back. Twist to the left. Chair pose. Twist to the right. Chair pose. Forward fold. Breath in, halfway lift. Plant your hands, step your right foot to the back of the mat. Warrior one. To warrior two. Interlace your hands behind your neck. Breath in, reaches your left elbow behind you, opening up the left side body. Breath out, contract the left side. Inhale, reach your elbow back. Exhale, contract. Feeling your abdominal muscles engage here. Inhale, reach behind you. Exhale, contract. Come back, warrior two. Cartwheel your hands to the mat. Side plank. Right hand is rooted, left arm is rising. Option to lift your left leg away from your right. Tap into your breath. High plank to low plank. Upward facing dog. Child's pose. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Breath in. Breath out. So yes, this is a heated practice, not temperature-wise, but in the way that we move, in the quickness of our motions. But we can use our breath to help guide us, flow us through. And so if you've lost your breath, come back to that here in this child's pose. When you're ready, I'll meet you in downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, and step or hop forward. Halfway lift, lengthen through your spine. Feel your low back heat up. Forward fold. Sweep your hands high, extended mountain. Chair pose. Twist to the right. Chair pose. Twist to the left. Chair pose. And twist to the right again. Come back to center. Twist to the left. Come back to center. Forward fold. Lift and lengthen your spine halfway. Crow pose. Planting your hands on the mat. Bringing your knees up behind your triceps. This pose is not available to you today. You can always take a goddess squat. Shifting your big toes outward, sinking your hips, bending your knees. Wherever you are, continue to breathe. Continue to fan the flames of the heat building within you, that fire within you, your power, your energy source, your sense of vitality and vibrancy. We'll all meet in a forward fold. Shake your head out, yes. Shake your head out, no. Then plant both of your hands on the mat. Step your left foot to the back of the mat. Low lunge twist, reaching your right arm high. And drop your right hand, crescent lunge. Bring your hands to your heart center, twist to the right. Open up, warrior two. Breath in, straightens your right leg, reaches your arms above you. Exhale, bend your right knee, straighten your arms. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, bend and lower. Once more, lift and lengthen. And then turn yourself toward the left side of your mat. Your big toes are slightly pointed outward. Bend your knees, sink your hips. Horse pose. You can keep your hands on your hips or bring them in front of you as if you were hugging a tree. And feel everything there is to feel in this pose. There's so much leg strength to be had here. On a breath in, straighten your arms, straighten your legs. Breath out, bend and lower. Breath in, straightens you. Breath out, lowers you. And this time stay. Stay in your horse pose. Feel all of the shakiness. Embracing the strength building opportunity. And gently release, forward fold. Crawl your hands to the back of your mat. Wave your left arm high. Low lunge twist. Drop your left hand to the mat. Reach your arms high. Crescent lunge. High on the ball of your right foot. Bring your hands to your heart center. Twist to the left. Open up, warrior two. On a breath in, straighten through the left leg, reaching your arms above you. Exhale, bend and lower. Inhale, straighten and lift. Exhale, bend and lower. Inhale, straighten and lift. And come back to the side of your mat. Sink your hips, bend your knees, horse pose. Your arms are in front of you, your shoulders track down your back. And stay here and lift your right heel high. And then lower. Lift your left heel high. Lower. And just move right and left on your own time with your own breath. Feeling the strength in your legs. It's okay to be shaky. When you've evened out your sides, come back to your horse pose. Breath in, straightens your leg, reaches your arms high. Exhale, fold forward, shifting your big toes inward. Shake your head out, yes. Shake your head out, no. And then crawl your hands back to frame your right foot. Step your right foot back to meet your left, high plank. Feel your breath moving in and moving out. There's always the option to drop to your knees here. There's no shame in doing so. And we'll take a set of push-ups here. So we'll do 5 push-ups. On an exhale, bend your elbows. Inhale, press yourself away from the mat. Bend, press. Bend, press. Bend, press. Once more, bend, press, downward facing dog, and pedal out your heels left and right. Inhale, lift both heels, bend your knees, and step or hop to the top of your mat. Lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold even deeper. Reach your arms high above your head, extended mountain, and clasp your hands at your low back. Open up your shoulders. Exhale, fold, keeping the bind. You can shake your head here. Maybe do a few rocks left and right, ear to shoulder. And gently release the bind. And step your left foot to the back of the mat, crescent lunge. Bring your hands to your heart. Twist to the right. Hands to your heart. Airplane pose. And can you stay here and find some steadiness, even amidst all the movement, all the fast-paced movement that we've incorporated so far? Reach your left toes back to the mat. Crescent lunge. Open up, warrior two. Straighten through your right leg. Triangle pose. Your right hand can come somewhere along your right leg. Your left arm reaches upward. If you have a block, perhaps you have some household item that could bring the ground closer to you, like books or a chair. You can also rest your hand there. Gently lower your left hand to the mat, stepping your left leg up and out, setting yourself up for a pyramid pose. Both of your hips are tracking backward. Your feet are in 2 separate lanes of traffic, and your hands are tented on the ground, or maybe they rest on your right leg. The crown of your head is reaching forward and then falling down to make sure that you're lengthening through your spine before you fold. Let your breath trace the back of your right leg. Slowly drop your left knee to the mat. Sweep your right leg behind you, supported side plank. Your left arm is on the mat. Your right hand is reaching upward. Then reach your right hand down your right leg. Left arm reaches behind you, a gate pose. Really nice opening in the left side of your body. Cartwheel both of your hands back to the mat, coming to a high plank. Option to move through a vinyasa, low plank, upward facing dog to downward facing dog. Always the option to just take the downward facing dog there. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, step or hop forward. Halfway lift, lengthening your spine. Exhale, fold. Step your right foot to the back of the mat, crescent lunge. Bring your hands to your heart center, twist to the left. Crescent lunge, airplane pose, finding your lift. Finding a lift in the back of the right leg and in your chest and heart, just as if you were in an upward facing dog. Step your right toes to the back of the mat, crescent lunge. Open up, warrior two. Straighten through the left leg, triangle pose. Hip shift back, left arm comes along your left leg. Reaching your right fingertips high. Can you open your heart a bit more? Deep cycles of breath in and out. Gently drop your right hand to the mat. Step your right foot up and out, pyramid pose. Shifting your left hip back, finding a nice place for your hands to land. There's length through the spine and the crown of the head. Again, using your breath to trace down and up your left leg. Gently drop your right knee to the mat. Sweep your left leg behind you, supported side plank. And then reach your right fingertips up and back for a gate pose. Gently cartwheel both of your hands back to the mat. High plank to downward facing dog. And pedal out your heels left and right. And then walk your toes up to meet your hands and lower your hips to the mat, hugging your knees up and into your chest. Take a few rocks up and down your spine, and then reach the soles of your feet toward the ceiling. Your hands can come underneath your low back or rest at your sides. And slowly begin to lower your heels toward the mat, as slow as you can go. When you feel a catch in your belly, then gently begin to lift them. Not missing anything along the way, feeling all the sensations, feeling all the abdominal engagement. Gently lower. Gently lift. We'll do 3 more of these. Gently lower. Gently lift. Gently lower. Gently lift. Once more, lowering your legs to the mat and then lifting them. And put a bend in your knees so that your shins are parallel to the floor and your hips and torso make a 90-degree angle. Interlace your hands behind your neck, and we'll do a few bicycle crunches, but not like in the gym when we move as fast as we can to get them over with. We'll move nice and slow, like we're moving through honey. So straighten through your right leg and bring your right elbow to your left knee. And gently switch. Left elbow to right knee. Switch. Switch. And then in time with your own breath, spending one breath on each side. Not cheating yourself, not cutting corners, but slowing yourself down when it feels hard so that you can find some growth, so that you can find some ease in the pose. It won't be easy, but you can be easeful. There is a difference. Take 2 more. And slowly lower both soles of your feet to the mat. Lift your hips, bridge pose. Feeling the stretch in your whole core. Watch your belly rise and fall with your breath in and out. 2 more breaths. Slowly lower back to the mat. Hug your knees into your chest. We'll take a happy baby, grabbing for the soles of your feet. If you can't reach the soles of your feet, maybe you grab for your shins or even your inner thighs. Wherever you are, your heels are pointing up toward the ceiling, your knees are bent. And then hanging on to your right foot, extend your left leg long onto the mat for a half happy baby. So the heel of your left foot is resting on the mat. You can give yourself a self-assist here by taking your hand and running it down the front of your left leg. Maybe even giving yourself a massage here. Happy baby. Taking the full pose, your left leg comes back up and in. And then extend your right leg long, half happy baby. Option to give yourself that self-assist here. Breathing deeply in and out. Hug both of your knees back up and into your chest, giving yourself a squeeze. Maybe your forehead even comes to the tops of your knees. And take a few rocks left and right. Bring both soles of your feet to the mat. Lift your hips, bridge pose. 3 breaths here. In and out. Can you lift a bit higher in your hips on your next breath in? 1 more breath in. And on an exhale, gently lower. Sway your knees left and right. Nice release in the low back. We'll do 1 more heart opener here. So whether that is a bridge or a full wheel, you can go ahead and take that now. Full wheel, reach your hands up behind your head and press, finding your rise wherever you are. 3 breaths here. Gently lower, hug your knees into your chest, rock and roll up and down your spine. Gaining some momentum as you go so that you end up in a forward fold at the top of your mat. Shake your head yes, shake your head no, and then step both of your feet to the back of the mat, high plank. Lower yourself all the way to your belly. Extend your right arm out to the side. Bring your left hand below your shoulder, your palm on the mat, as if you were in a half cobra or upward facing dog. And then slowly begin to tent your fingers and tip over to your right side. You can bring your left leg up and over, finding a really nice shoulder stretch. We did a lot in our shoulders and on our hands today. This gives us the chance to open up here. Take a breath in. Long breath out. 1 more. Breath in. breath out. Come back to center. Extend your left hand long, coming into a half T. Right hand comes up and under your shoulder. And begin to press your right hand into the mat so that you roll open toward your left shoulder for a shoulder stretch. Your right toes come up and over to the left side of your mat. Gently come back over, and we'll take a locust pose. So with your forehead on the mat, clasp both of your hands at your low back, and we'll begin to press our belly, engaging our belly so that our shoulders and our head lift up and away from the mat. The tops of our feet are pressing against the mat so much that maybe they even lift right up. You're finding yourself moving in two opposite directions, feeling so long and lifted here. Breath in, breath out. Let your inhale lift you even higher. Exhale, lower. Press back, child's pose. Rock your head left and right. Now we'll make our way to a seated position, the soles of our feet together, for a Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. Your hands can come to your ankles, finding a nice place here to then lift and extend your spine and forward fold. Let gravity take over here and do the work. All you have to do is continue to breathe some space into your hip joints. Slowly come back to a seated position and roll onto your back. Supta Baddha Konasana, supine butterfly pose. You can bring one hand to your heart, the other one to your belly, feeling the rise and fall of your chest, feeling the natural rhythm of your body, noticing if you can breathe easier. These short, sweet practices are intended to bring us back to our center, to help us refocus and get through the day. And these moments in our final rest give us the chance to simply lay it all down and know that the work we've done is enough. And you can choose to stay here for your final rest or extend your arms and legs long, taking Shavasana, corpse pose. And begin to come back to your breath. Taking an inhale, filling your lungs, expanding your chest. Exhale, let that all go. Come over onto one side, fetal position. Your knees are hugged up and in toward your chest. Or you may be using your arm as a pillow. In this in-between moment before you head back into your day, this transition state, how can you take what you've cultivated on your mat with you? This idea of resilience and strength, complete focus, and giving ourselves energy and attention. Slowly press yourself up to a seated position. Bring your hands to your heart center. Take a breath in and a breath out. Deep breath in. Long breath out.